When it comes to AV, it is also possible for art to intertwine. And today I'm joined by Davide Quayola, who is a digital artist and also the creative keynote speaker here at ISE 2025. Davide, it's great to be joined with you today to talk about the work that you're doing here at ISE. To get started, could you tell our viewers a bit about your background and how you really came to use audiovisual technologies in the work that you do?
Hello, thanks for inviting me. Yeah, I've been experimenting with technology since a long time, and I remember as a kid getting involved in computers in the late 90s. So I had a sort of very direct relationship with technology. Like since the time I really saw this kind of opportunity to be able to do explore kind of creativity in a completely different context. And at the time, this was also during this kind of, electronic music revolution that was kind of provided the example to be able to use technology to do something completely new in a completely new way. And, since then, I remember, I guess, since the late 90s, my sort of approach has been somehow similar and more structured now. But I guess my interest is to be able to look at the world, to observe the world through these different pair of eyes. Technology kind of provides that different pair of eyes to observe what's around us. And that's what I'm interested in.
Absolutely. And when you're working with technologies, I think it can be very easy sometimes to get carried away in terms of letting the technology drive a creative vision. Where do you stand on that? What's your thought process and the way that you work?
Yeah, technology on one side is a crucial component of my work. Sometimes the theme behind my research is technology itself. So I also like to be inspired by technology, to sometimes be kind of taken from technology itself. But at the same time, I also like to apply some breaks and adopt technology with a bit of a slow pace, because ultimately, the artistic research, developing my own way of using technology can take very long time. And so I don't want to get distracted by new technology. The work, it's really not necessarily, it's really focusing on how you use technology somehow. And I think for me, that's what is crucial, to finding my own very personal way of using technology that is different from how someone else might be using the same technology. And I think the slower you are in adapting, the more you get intimate with it, then the more these personal ways of using it arise.
Of course, the focus is more about how you use it rather than what you use to a certain degree. But of course, with your work that you do, I mean, you certainly have a lot to say here at the show. You are the creative keynote speaker here at the show. Tell me a bit about the presentation you'll be giving tomorrow on Wednesday. What will attendees be able to learn from your speech?
I don't think I will be talking a lot about technology, actually, and I guess I'm interested in focusing on what's behind my research. I think the objective of this is to kind of inspire what you could do with technology in a way, how technology could be some kind of catalyzer of like new ideas, and I will try not to focus so much on a sort of technical side of things, but rather more on the kind of conceptual and talk a little bit about my adventures, in using technology. So hopefully this will be some kind of, I guess, inspiration for whoever is also making this technology. And I think the relationship between art and technology, it's interesting to be seen as some kind of cycle, that you're able to talk to the same people that make the technology that I use, and kind of get back some of that inspiration to the new technology that I will be developing. So
absolutely. So it's all about vision. And speaking of vision, it's one thing to talk about the work that you do, but I think a lot of attendees here, including myself, are going to want to see the kind of work that you do. Where can we find your work, either here at the show or around the city in Barcelona? Where can we find it?
Well, here in Barcelona, just had the amazing opportunity to show my work at a monumental scale on the facade of Casa Batlló, which is one of the symbols of Barcelona. This was a project that really talked about the heritage of Barcelona. Yet now just passed over the weekend, we had about 110,000 people saw it in the last 2 days. So this has been a kind of, monumental project and great interaction with the city of Barcelona. This was also sponsored by ISE in a way. So there's been this collaboration between Casa Batlló and ISE in presenting this kind of stuff within also the context of the fair itself. But also here I will have something here at the fair. Beside the keynote, there will be also an installation on an LED on the facade of the fair building, which will start from tonight. So hopefully people will be able to see my work in different bits and pieces around the city at different scales.
And I, for one, certainly can't wait to see it. David, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.